Greetings, good people. It's Love After Lockup review time. All right, so I decided to review this specific season of Love After Lockup. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. All right, so let's meet the lovely couples. All right, this is Brittany and Kerok. Brittany is 23. Kerok's 25. Kerok is trans. Some of you probably already know some of this, but for those of you who don't, Kerok is a trans man. They met while they both were locked up together. Brittany's parents are pretty religious, so they don't know that Kerok is trans. But my thing is, do they know that Kerok is black? Because so she's of Hispanic descent. Kerok obviously is black. So for those of you who are unaware, Kerok was born female and transitioned to a man. All right. So we see Brittany. She's on the way to get Kerok. She has a good relationship with Kerok's mother, which I do like. She actually lives with Kerok's mother and their family. Kerok gets released in the episode, and Brittany, she is screaming. She's excited. She hasn't seen her man since they were both locked up together, right? Brittany, however, cannot be on the prison grounds because she is on probation, child. I can't. So you see Kerok get released. She's screaming. She's jumping on her man. She's excited. And then Kerok starts rapping in the street. And I'm like, get your ass out the street before you get hit by a car. I can't. So it seems like everything is all good with the two of these people. So yeah, I'm here for it. Now as far as Kerok's story, he in his confessional, he spoke about being kicked out by his father when he told his father that he was not heterosexual, basically, right? He ended up on the street. He was a stick-up kid while he was out in the streets. He ended up getting caught up, and he did transition while he was locked up, and he was locked up for 7 years. So they're headed home. Kerok is going to be seeing his mother for the first time in 7 years, and she hasn't seen him since he transitioned. The reunion was beautiful. He reunited with his mom and his brother. I don't know if his brother is older or younger. They all embraced Kerok. They hugged him. And it was just beautiful to see. So, like I said, Brittany, she lives with Kerok's family. So in the home, it's Brittany, Kerok's mother, brother, and Kerok's mom has a boyfriend. So the mom is just like, she loves Brittany. Brittany is a good girl. The only thing is that she whines a little bit and it gets on her nerves. But other than that, she loves and embraces Brittany. Now, Kerok is talking to his mom. He's telling her how beautiful she is. She's telling him how handsome he is. Kerok then apologized to his mom for not being there for her while she was battling breast cancer. It was a beautiful reunion, in my opinion. It was great. Um, Kerok's mom loves Brittany, and she's very, accepting fully of their relationship. So I'm guessing Kerok is planning to marry Brittany, and the mom is just all for it, you know. And Kerok's mom told him, if I die tonight, I am proud to be your mom. I said to myself, that is so beautiful. All right, next couple. Lord have mercy, Sharae and Anthony. They're both 34. Okay. They met when they were 14 and they dated for 1 year and broke up because, according to Sharae, he cheated on her. So I'm just like, so what's the purpose? Anyway, Sharae, she rolls into her apartment, and Anthony's mother, Sharice, is in the kitchen, okay? And she's cooking. So I'm like, who gave her a key? Like, why is she all up in their house? Anyway, Anthony, while in jail, wanted his mother to have a key to their, quote unquote, their condo. Now, I think that Sharae's a little slow. I can already tell, in my opinion. All right. So the mama is telling Sharae that her son needs someone who is going to stay on top of him and basically keep him out of trouble. And I laughed. And Sharae, she says that she's up for the challenge, and she stated that even if they are not together, she will still make sure that he stays on the right track. They've been dating off and on for 3 years. And I giggled because I'm like, what is she, his caretaker? She's mama. If he wants to stay out of jail, he'll stay on the right track. He a grown man, is he not? Anyway, so Sharae, she's getting ready for Anthony's release, and she's on the phone with one of her girlfriends, right? And Sharae is having a welcome home party for Anthony, and she's telling her friend that she invited her son's father, but did not tell Anthony. I told y'all this girl was slow. I'm like, what's the purpose? So her logic for not inviting her son's father to me made zero sense. She should have just said, like, we're cool, we're friends, or something like that. But whatever. She's on the phone with her girlfriend. And she reveals that, Sharae reveals that people are under the impression that Sharae and Anthony are married. And I'm like, okay, they're not, because Anthony is still legally married to another woman. I said, here you go. I said, here you go. So Sharae, she let it be known in the episode that Anthony was the one who filed for divorce while he was in prison. Of course, I giggled. Okay, Sharae believes that, he filed, but it, quote unquote, didn't stick, like it didn't go through. So she plans to produce a fake marriage certificate because Sharae decided to tell her family that she and Anthony were actually legally married. They had planned to be married, according to her. And then she found out that he was married to someone else. And I guess she felt good about the fact that he filed. So to her, that means he's showing some initiative to sever ties with his wife. Are they still legally married? I don't even know. So she comes up with a bright idea that she is going to purchase a fake marriage certificate, okay? Because she wants to be able to show her family, prove to her family that they're married, even though they're not. All right. So Sharae also claims that she's seen Anthony's divorce decree and says that Anthony is divorced. I guess in her mind, they're divorced. Are they divorced? I don't know. We shall see. My whole thing is, so why are you buying a fake marriage certificate online? If he indeed is divorced, why didn't you and Anthony just get married while he was in jail? So it can be legal. Somebody is living foul, okay? Somebody living foul. All right, next couple. We got Andy and Brittany. Andy is 45 years old. Brittany is 37. Okay, Andy said he'd been married twice. And Brittany was in jail for drug possession. I think she was using drugs as well. He said that his first wife was on drugs. Just giving you a little summary. So they've been dating for about 9 months. And he used to work in law enforcement. He used to be a police officer. Okay. And I said to myself, boy, she about to take this man for all he got. We've seen this plot before, right? On this show, on other shows, right? Anyway, Brittany, she has a young daughter who is excited to see her. She's cool with Andy, and Andy, he has a 17-year-old son. Now, Brittany, she wants her daughter to familiarize herself with Andy, and I'm like, he's a stranger to her, but whatever. Gracie is her name. She's 18 now. She's the oldest of Brittany's children, and she seems like she's just tired, and she wants to be with her mom. She says she's very close to her mom. And yeah, she just want her mom to do right, basically. So she gets released. Gracie, she's happy to see her mama. Andy got balloons and flowers. Andy's son is there holding the balloons. Brittany, she explains in her confessional that she's been in and out of jail since she was very young. She started using after her first relationship, okay? And she says that, Andy is a good man, all right? I'm sure that he is. We shall see how that transitions. Now, this is Melissa and Louie, girl. Melissa is 39. She from New Jersey. Shout out to New Jersey, okay? They met in high school, and 20 years later, they hooked up on Facebook. I think he reached out to her on Facebook. So he's been locked up for 9 years for armed robbery. Here's my thing. Y'all ain't scared that these men are going to, fall back into their ways? You know what I'm saying? Armed robbery, burglary, strong armed robbery. Y'all bold. Child, no God. Anyway. So like I said, they met in high school, hooked back up on Facebook. He's been locked up for 9 years. And she ends up meeting with Melissa. Her family is hilarious. So she ends up meeting with her sisters, right? Her sisters and her father for lunch. And the girls are talking about, they're talking about Louis. And she says, I'm worried about him when he gets out. I'm just worried about him. And one of her sisters asked, what are you worried about, girls? And she's like, yeah, her sister said he has no teeth in his mouth. How is he going to get girls, baby? I cackled. Okay. So Melissa, she says that he's not toothless and that he, in fact, has 5 teeth. Melissa's father thinks that Louis is a con man. And I said, me too, Pops. Me too. And he proceeded, while they were sitting around having lunch, he proceeded to pull his dentures out of his mouth and showed them to his daughter and said, this is what you are going to have to wake up to every day. I thought that was gross, but I understand that Pops was trying to drive the point home. Is this what you really want? Anyway, so she heads to Georgia and she's awaiting his release. So she plans on him coming to relocating to New Jersey, because that's where she and her family lives, and her family is not having it as far as her moving away to Georgia, which I can understand. You know, they seem like they're close knit, and they don't want to lose her. And plus, this guy is a total stranger to her. High school girl, he's changed since then, obviously. Anyway, so she goes to Georgia and she's awaiting for Louis to be released. All right. Now, baby, Melissa's worst nightmare is in Georgia. And no, it's not Louis, but it's his overbearing mama. All right. So Louis's mother, Donna, she is hell on wheels. Okay. She's one of those mothers who coddles their sons. And in a nutshell, Louis's mama is nuts. Okay. Stay tuned. Now, Raneka and Asonta, 34, Raneka, 32, Asonta. She moved with her daughters to Atlanta for this man, all right? Now, sis found out that his quote unquote auntie is his girlfriend, and she doesn't care. She still proceeds to want to be with her man, all right? So she's standing outside, waiting for him to be released. And when he comes out, she jumps on him and she starts crying like Nettie when Mister kicked her out and separated her from Celie. Remember that scene in The Color Purple? So that's how she's crying. And to me, he looked totally disinterested, okay? And he wasn't fooling me. I wasn't convinced that he was really all for her. So homegirl said that she got 3 personalities, and I said, girl, bye to all 3 of them. He looked like he was kind of scared of her, and he should have been, right? And the artist formerly known as his aunt ended up calling. Now, right before he got out of jail, she says, are you really his aunt to this woman when she was on the phone with him? Because this is who Raneka communicates with. I guess if he needs money for anything, they kind of communicate with each other for his well-being. So she flat out asked, are you really his aunt? She said, I'm his girlfriend. Real casual. I'm like, oh, wow. So again, she doesn't care. That's her man, and she's going to stick beside him. So the artist formerly known as his aunt called, and one of Raneka's personalities, I guess, got upset, and she was about to throw hands. She was like, balling up her fist while they were in the car. This is Asonta and Raneka, that is. And he's like telling her, like, calm down. Like, and I said to myself, is this really a storyline? I said, this can't be. I said, it seems like they both living a lie. Anyway, so he wants to go and pick up a phone from his fake aunt, who is really his girlfriend. And I'm like, he's not even trying to hide that he lying. He obviously want to go see this woman. And I just thought this has got to be fake. He don't care. And she acting like this dude is like some sort of like, that he's the end all be all right? So listen, she comes across blind and desperate to me. So they're driving. They arrive at her home. And again, she moved with her 2 daughters. And she said that her daughters were at Ray's house, her friend Ray. And I said, I beg your pardon, Ray? Who is Ray? You just got your kids any and everywhere, huh? That's weird. So he gets on the bed in his prison clothes. And I said, that's gross. That just immediately turned me off. And he kept saying that, he hasn't had sex with a woman in 4 years. And I said, uh-huh. So he said sex is the main focus, and he sounded like he was kind of like trying to convince himself in the confessional. So the episode ends up ending with him leaving out in the middle of the night, getting in a car and driving off. So I said to myself, you had someone pull up to Raneka's house to pick you up? So you giving out her address? You fresh out. Like, what are you doing, fam? What are you doing? All right. So all of this transpired. I watched this last night, and I had no freaking idea about the gentleman, Asonta. I had no idea that he passed away. Did you guys know this? I'm pretty sure you guys knew this. So I saw this article, and I stumbled upon this article after I already watched the first episode and typed up my review notes. So I saw this article, and people were wondering, did Raneka attend Asonta's funeral? And then I looked on YouTube. I just typed in their name, and I looked on YouTube, and I see that a lot of people, I didn't watch any, but a lot of people did reviews. He basically, in a nutshell, he passed away in a car accident, and he was buried, laid to rest this month. So these are pictures of Raneka attending his funeral. She was welcomed. There was no drama that broke out at his funeral. Thank the Lord. All right. And he does leave behind 2 children, and he had a pregnant girlfriend. So I don't know how like this is all or how things are gonna play out or how much footage they got or what's gonna play out on the show. I was hesitant to even include them in the review, but I just decided to go with the notes that I already had prior to seeing this because I thought it was I saw a TikTok video and I'm like, this man ain't passed away. And then I looked further and I'm like, oh my gosh, he did. You know, I don't believe everything I see on the internet right away. So this is these are images. These are images of Raneka attending the funeral. Now, prior to him passing, according to this article, it appears that they parted ways, and I think she still stayed in Georgia. So I don't know if they were on bad terms per se. I haven't watched any interviews or anything like that. I probably won't. I'm just gonna let things play out and just watch the show. But may he rest in peace. And I wish his family and his children nothing but the best. All right, y'all, drop down in the comments. Let me know if you are watching this season of Love After Lockup. That was just pretty much a summary, not really much going on. Share your thoughts in the comments, and I will keep doing these reviews as long as this show holds my interest. I have a tendency to get bored very easily, so I'll try to stick through with season 5. All right, y'all, I love you for watching. Talk to you later.